You wanna talk about something petty? Stuck on my gear. Oh, yeah.
What the fuck?
Okay, hold on.
You a temple? Yeah, you a temple, man.
Yeah, I got Sunder Flame.
Do you have
And
sets on right now?
yeah, I got a 5-piece Sunder Flame set.
How much transmute do you have?
Transmute crystals?
That's all that's going on. Yeah, transmute.
I got 410. Yeah.
Like, I mean, and Medusa's is kind of, it's been nerfed so many times, and it's kind of gone. It used to be good. It did. At one point in time, Medusa's was
It was honestly, it was one of those sets that I just kind of had all of them of, and it was like, you know, it's a heavy set, I could deal with it.
What do you say we try some of the local fare? I'm famished.
In the mood for a little trip? I can take you to Vardenfell. Ports of call include Saint-Denis and Vivec City.
My friend, Raz is happy to see you, but surprised you didn't help me with these creatures. Not that Raz need... Ominous. No more than usual, my friend. But there's work for the Queen's eye. That's what Raz said. But rumors reached the Queen. So this one made the journey. While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends... As a matter of fact, Raz made a list. Old Newell, a high elf artisan, spoke out. See what she complained about. Then there's... Old Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. You will find out when you talk to her. The artist liked true, not enough syllables. Ranul's a Redguard, whose family has lived in Shimmerin for generations. The Divine Prosecution serves as lawkeepers and protectors of social standards. Very persnickety. When rules are broken, they record it in their observation. Old Newell complained about it. No. Raz doesn't want to prejudice your investigation. Something to do with monks and newcomer registration. Raz is looking into that. Last I heard, Soxolza was seen leaving the city and heading west. Probably trying to reach the water. Nothing at all. Unless you think they came to Somerset because of the Queen's decree. No, that would be ridiculous. Let's not lose focus.
Please, I was once like you.
A newcomer? In the warehouse district? Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend? The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady. Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has...
find your own patch of beach. Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon, an ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every High Elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work? I believe in caution as much as the next High Elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find. They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of... They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time? Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it. This is unheard of. Why have you closed the monastery?
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects. The sentiment is sequestered. Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but all Newell's assistant. Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the kin lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches. Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has...
What?
Praise we now Mara, O goddess of love. Bless us with children, our mother and father. Praise we now what stands us Lord.
You there! I have a... Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
I have no idea what that was, and I'm not sure I want to know.
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards, and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... You say I won some gold?
Don't you remember? Raz...
No, not now, please. Your spiritual well-being can wait until after my nap. You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldork brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluating. Aldork Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by Kinlady Avani. The Aldork and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes, and again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the Undercroft for registration and processing. The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldork has closed...
I like reading too, you know. If you ever need an excuse to get me something.
Office, wouldn't you agree? I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own. I suppose the sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship. Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question. Let's just agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldork and a disgruntled Kinlady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care to join me? A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldork acquired it. Probably not important.
I hate trespassers.
Something's wrong down here. I sense magic. Vile magic. Cages? These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive over there.
Thank the divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me... It's a nightmare. We came to Somerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when the monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
Is that a scoffin?
Oh, thank you for setting me free.
A Daedra? Here? And that's a scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious. A Daedra? An excellent question, and one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's belt. Then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry. Daedric cultists? The pearl's draining these people.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear, your turn will come.
I'll deal with the pearl. You hold off these creatures. The pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell.
Off with you, Swit! Them to run away. Well, no, I guess it won't.
Come on,
Maybe
let's
they should
talk
try that.
outside. Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Psijic Order. Our Rite Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Somerset. The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel. But that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back. But why are you an Eye of the Queen? Interesting. I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Sigic island for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Vex in for some competition. I really don't like your odds.
Living on Artaeum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know.
Though I'm pleased with Queen Iren's decree, it has rather dominated the conversation within the city.
Creak like a coffin's hinge as the captain yelled, "Ho!" Starry bride of Alan, she never made it home. My star-eyed bride of Alan.
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior. Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Oldar. The kin lady is meeting with local... A Sijik? Raz has heard rumors, but there was a life-sucking pearl. You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can... Kin lady
I still weep from the shame. Star-eyed bride of Alan, lost in storm and spring. Star-eyed bride of Alan, cruel fate took away. Cruel fate took away. Somerset, oh Somerset, our fair and pretty land is red from thee.
Yes? And who might you be? The kin lady is currently engaged. She's holding a... Yes. So you do. And...
We all have concerns regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark T'Kala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerine and all of Somerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
How bold of you. The Neberah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberah. What can the new Alldark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle. You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has been. You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerine, aren't you? You're right, where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually. What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation. I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well. Feel free to pester the other guests in my absence.
Into my home without so much as a by your leave. No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that, since you found your way. Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Somerset? Aldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen. Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Aldark's existence prior to when we met. And I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kin Lord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end. That's preposterous! Aldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Somerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest...
My lady, one of the monks said to deliver this message. It's from the Aldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Aldark's explanation.
Pretend you are adjusting your boot, or admiring the architecture. Raz thinks Avanis is as naive as she is complicit, but she's not a murderer. This new Aldark, though, has so much... The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Aldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valserin of the Sijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately, to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
Somerset, oh Somerset, our fair and pretty land is threatened from beyond a clear and shining sea. The Welkinar, our griffin knights, take wing and make a stand. With courage, strength, and bravery, they keep the Altmer free. Charge, O griffin knights, fly on and fight our foes. Charge, O Welkinar, take wing with swords and bows, swords and bows. From Alanor to Shimmering and every point between, the Welkinar ride the winds and defend our glee. Always with a smile. Charge, O griffin knights, fly on and fight our foes. Charge, O Welkinar.
The Sylvanar is crucial to the Dominion's stability. His advisor's sacrifice won't be forgotten. Still here. Thanks for asking.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out whether Aldark asked Kin Lady Avanice to meet him out here. Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
You lead. Murder! That wasn't part of the plan, Oldark.
You know nothing of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this pitiful world.
Your prince! I want no part of Daedra! Help!
The Oldark. We'd better hurry.
I'll go after the
Come,
Daedra.
Nebara! Let me show you the power bestowed upon me by the... Yagra! Destroy these fools!
Don't panic! We can do this!
Razumdar apprehended the Kin Lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Uldark Tilkalar? Did he escape? I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Uldark. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargain's Clavicus Vial. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more. You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Right Master Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story. The Right Master leads the Psijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location. One more adjustment and there! You are now attuned. Find me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
You know, I like to think I'm agreeable.
Ah, Five Claw. The King Lady... Queen Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldark to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes? The Prince of Bargains. That could only be Clavicus Vile. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Sijic sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks. The Sijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Razumdar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes? Then you must go to Arteum and discover what the Sijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it. I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Somerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice. What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude. I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
mole meter, but it shouldn't be empty. Something's very wrong.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest. What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was unfortunate, certainly. The magic you described sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. Sothasil, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his clockwork city, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Somerset and Artael. Indeed. But not until we finish studying the Pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false Aldark and the source of the pearl's magic. We are the Psijic Order, friend of Valcerin. There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. While I head inside to begin the augury ritual, I'd like you to go to Sothasil's study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Sothasil's amplification elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves...
You must be the adventurer that Valcerin was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Rightmaster, seeing as you're here in Kaport. That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Rightmaster hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate. Regarding the amplification... What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, as soon as the pearl arrived via Valcerin's transference spell, the Rightmaster got... I'm the Rightmaster's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the Conclave of the 11... Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Psijic Order. The Rightmaster noticed my potential and invited me to join. I had a year to consider the offer, but I made my decision immediately.
I'm not allowed to reveal where you are or how our magic works, other than to tell you that you have arrived upon the fabled island of the Psijic Order, Artaeum. While we're not currently part of Nirn's reality, we still keep track of events there. I could say we have our ways and leave it at that, but you deserve a better explanation. The Rite Master sends Psijics back to the world to perform tasks and gather information. Plus, we have powerful scrying magic that reveals all sorts of details. I was examining the vial of amplification elixir myself just a short time ago. As soon as the pearl arrived via Valserin's...
Was Oriandra able to direct you to the proper elixir? Without something to amplify the magic, our ritual is going to fail. Just in time. For the next stage of the ritual, if you have no objections, I'd like you to join us. We'll handle the magic. You pour the elixir into the scrying pool and stand close. As the ritual's power amplifies, your experiences with the Pearl and the false Aldark should help the augury do its job. We want to discover the origin of the Pearl and its strange magic. In addition, anything we can learn about the false Aldark. Was Oriandra able to we'll handle them. We want to pour the elixir into the pool. That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Smile, Mephala, and Nocturnal, on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Have no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenthiel will seal Somerset's fate.
That was unnerving. It seems the false Aldark belonged to an alliance of Daedric cultists called the Court of Bedlam. Imagine, the faithful of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal working together. This is more serious than I anticipated. No, but I'm hardly an expert on the Daedric cults of Tamriel. The magic I sensed in the Pearl, though, it doesn't contain the taint of oblivion. We're missing something. But what? I suppose we'll need to find out what's going on in Relenthiel. I hoped you'd say that. Relenthiel sits to the west of Shimmerine, just across the mountains. I'll send Valserin with you to talk to the Cannon Reeve. The false Aldark may be dead, but Mephala's and Nocturnal's agents remain, as well as the Pearls. I may not be a natural prognosticator, but I had a feeling you might. Go ahead. From what I've experienced, an alliance isn't just unusual, it's contrary to their very nature. Oh, they'll work together from time to time, but something as complex as what Sotha Seal hinted at. Very little, I'm afraid. The last time I passed through that area was more than 350 years ago. They made an exquisite wine, as I recall, and the House of Reveries theater troupe always put on an entertaining show. The augury ritual extracted a vision of the false Aldark and the Court of Bedlam, but nothing specifically about the Pearl. Its magic isn't Daedric, though. How they can steal life energy and use it to summon those sea creatures remains a mystery.